Season 1, Episode 4 of Genndy Tartakovsky's Primal started off with a bang. There was just amazing action. At first, didn't understand what was really going on until I saw what I believe is Deinonychus chasing after Fang and Spear. Maybe they're Utah Raptors. I just adore with how every new episode you face something different, another challenge, and you feel like you're right along there beside Fang and Spear as they're going through this. We can also see that the bond has even further solidified between the dinosaur and the guy, and I think it's really awesome how they show that. The fact that Fang and Spear are both willing to risk their own lives to save one another. They've now completely become dependent on each other, and at the time of this video I haven't continued the POV from the first episode, and this is just so awesome. I'm getting all this fodder because I would like you guys to see what I interpret to be inside Fang's mind as she is risking her life, constantly trying to have Spear's back. One thing that I also applaud is the character and the personality that they give the enemies or the other creatures. And at first it just seems like they're obstacles, but when you hear them speak with each other, you can imagine that they're probably a close-knit society that are hungry. They don't get food coming around there a lot, and we get to see why near the end of the episode, why these raptors have all band together and they're willing to put their lives at risk for each other so that they can bring down this T-Rex. Unfortunately for them, they picked the wrong duo. Even though there's such a short amount of time for each of these episodes, the creators do a great job at building tension and suspense. Oh my god, you never know what's happening, you never know what's coming around the corner. All you hear is the foley or the sound effects of something coming. And just like Fang and Spear, you're waiting to see what that is. You see the other creatures running and you have no idea what it is. So we also get to meet these lower formed hominids or humans, and it's so sad because they look like they're on the brink of starvation, and you see one come out trying to risk his life to get the food. He's not even trying to save the other guy that's leg is broken somehow, and you can tell just from their body language and their expressions that the guy with the broken leg was telling him, come and get the food, just don't worry about me, go get the food for everybody else. One brave soul goes out there and he just immediately gets snatched, and you really feel for them. All of them look sick and weak, and you can tell that Spear also feels for them because he identifies with them as other humanoids. It was so touching to see Spear running towards him, and I think the other human, the scrawny one, was telling him, just take the food, and Spear just grabs the food and the guy and just carries them off to the cave. The poor things have been living in fear of these aerial predators for so long, they don't even stick around, they just like immediately hide when Spear makes it into their cave. And of course, the prehistoric bat lands, and I just gotta say, every frame of this show is like a wallpaper in and of itself. You can pause it at any moment, and that's a wallpaper for your screen. And the visuals are perfect because we get to see all of Spear's and Fang's badassery in just beautiful form. The thing with animation that is actually an advantage to fans is that they can show things that are not easily filmed in real life. Even if you use CGI, it does take a lot more than animating, especially in this style. It is still very grueling and time consuming, but it does take a little less time than the 3D animating. So they have a little more time to work out the different actions and scenarios that they can put Fang and Spear and all the other characters in. I love how they do a good job also at allowing you to feel things through the side characters, like when one of the scrawny cavemen saw Spear's spear. I know it sounds funny, but you can tell that there was just admiration. At first I thought he was going to take it for himself, but then he provided it when Spear came back. It's like he knew Spear was going to come back and he had it waiting for him. Also, the more that the show progresses is the more that we see the level of Fang's intelligence and her loyalty and dedication to her human. And it does seem a lot sometimes like he's her little pet, but when she's in danger, he's there for her. And when he's in danger, she'll stop at nothing to get to him. I did like that they made her play dead, kind of like the Indoraptor Ripper from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. And she did that so that the bats could bring her up to their place. And then they have to form a plan together to get out. I don't really understand what the mutualistic benefit was between the spider and the bats. It just seemed as though they were bringing stuff to her to eat, but I don't know for what reason they had the spider and they needed to protect her. That was a little bit unclear. Maybe she raised them, maybe she protects their babies or something. I'm guessing that's what that is. We can do another theory on that, but I am thoroughly impressed with the show, and every time I expect something bigger and badder to happen, it does. That fight scene near the end where Spear and Fang led the bats into the long grass. All I'm thinking is not into the long grass with Jurassic Park Lost World, because those raptors do look like those ones. But anyways, it was a fantastic episode and wonderfully executed. What did you guys think about it? We'll be reviewing the next one, watching it right after this one. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Alturi. You ask, we answer.